Commander?
You boys okay?
Ever since the release of its first season back in July of 2019, The Boys has been finding new and exciting ways to shock its viewers into submission by telling the story of the Seven and the terrifying acts that Vought had led them to commit. And with Season 3 being one of the most anticipated installments of the year, we're wondering what will be coming next. But what do we really know about Season 3 of The Boys? And how is it going to change things like never before? Well, whether you're a fan of the gruesome series or just want to know more about how it will change things for the superhero genre going forward, you've come to the right place, as we're about to explore everything there is to know about Season 3 of The Boys. So, strap yourselves in and get ready for some action, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on, so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. The renewal of Season 3. The filming industry took a pretty hard beating last year due to the global health situation, which not only caused a number of people to lose their jobs, but sent a number of states and countries into hard lockdown. As a result of these actions, film sets were left as they were while cast and crew were told to stay home. But even when sets opened up again, they were far from back to normal, as a number of safety precautions and regulations had to be enforced, which resulted in a number of delays in the filming process. And while this was great news when it came to the protection of both the cast members and crew of the shows we love, it was horrible news for fans who had to wait even longer to sink their teeth into their favorite shows. Because of the unforeseen circumstances that still plague the filming industry, networks and streaming platforms alike decided to place a hold on the renewal of a great number of titles, with many fearing that Season 3 of The Boys would be one of them. Luckily for fans though, The Boys as a series is incredibly popular, which is why Amazon Prime decided to renew it for a third season as far back as July of last year. Amazon has quite a bit of faith in the superhero property, which is especially true considering how it was renewed a full month before the release of its second season. But while we might expect that Season 3 is indeed on its way, do we have any idea when we can expect to see it grace our screens? The release date of Season 3. Unfortunately for us, the global health situation didn't only affect the number of shows that were being renewed for new seasons, it also affected the practice of announcing release dates for titles a while before they were due to come out. Because of the constant and unforeseen delays that were experienced on film sets around the world, networks and streaming platforms alike started to hold back on announcing release dates until the title in question was finished with both filming and post-production, making the chance of the release date being delayed very low. It's one thing to wait forever for a release date to be announced, but another thing altogether when an announced release date is delayed time and time again. The latter scenario results in a lot more disappointment at the end of the day. A great example of this new practice can be seen in the properties of Stranger Things and The Witcher, both of which are flagship titles on Netflix. Rather than get the hopes of fans up by announcing the release dates of Season 4 and Season 2 respectively, the streaming giant has kept fans guessing as to when they can expect to see Eleven or Geralt take on monstrous creatures once more. But while we find ourselves in the same situation when it comes to Season 3 of The Boys, it must be said that we do know quite a bit about the filming schedule of this new installment. According to showrunner Eric Kripke, Season 3 actually started filming in February of this year. So let's go ahead and use some Batman logic to try and figure out when we can expect the release of Season 3 in the future. First off, we know that Season 1 of the franchise started filming in May of 2018 and was released in July of 2019, with Season 2 being filmed immediately after, which resulted in its release in September of 2020. In other words, if filming and post-production run smoothly, we can probably expect to see the release of Season 3 of The Boys as early as December of this year, which would make a pretty epic Christmas present from Amazon. That being said, delays could cause the installment to only release as late as March of next year, so try not to get your hopes up too high. As usual, we can hope for the best, but expect the worst. The cast of Season 3. The explosive ending of Season 2 of The Boys really did shake things up quite a bit, and even though we haven't heard anything about the cast that would be returning for Season 3, we can definitely assume things based on where the story seems to be going. Karl Urban, for example, will most definitely be making a return for the third season, as The Boys would be absolutely lost without their charismatic leader, Billy Butcher. He's pretty much the face of the show, regardless of the fact that he doesn't possess any superpowers. We can also expect the return of Jack Quaid as Huey, Tomer Capon as Frenchie, Laz Alonso as Mother's Milk, and Karen Karen Fukuhara as Kimiko. As of right now, no official member of the boys has been taken from us, but Season 3 might very well be the end for one of our favorites. As far as the soups go, we can expect Anthony Starr to return as the cold-blooded Homelander, as well as Dominique McElligott as Queen Maeve, Erin Moriarty as Starlight, Jesse Usher as A-Train, and Chase Crawford as the Deep. Stormfront appears to be out of the equation for now, considering her glorious demise last season, but you also never know what the boys are going to throw at us, so maybe put a star next to her name for now. And as far as Black Noir is concerned, we have no idea whether Nathan Mitchell will be portraying him once more this season, but more on that a bit later. Another soup we can expect to return is Congresswoman Victoria Newman, as portrayed by Claudia Domet. Since she was revealed in a twist ending to be the big baddie of the season, who knows what she'll be getting up to in the newest installment of the franchise. And speaking of big baddies, how can we have a Season 3 without the one and only Stan Edgar being played by Giancarlo Esposito? Last but not least, we also know that Season 3 of The Boys will be introducing the world to the character of Soldier Boy, who will be brought to life by Jensen Ackles, whom the vast majority of you will know as Dean from the Supernatural universe. And since Soldier Boy is expected to arrive with his own team of superheroes, we have a feeling that a lot more new characters will be setting foot on The Boys set. So, stay tuned for more information as it comes out. How is Season 3 going to change things? The addition of Soldier Boy to the cast of The Boys is a clear indication that things are about to change when it comes to Vought America. You see, Soldier Boy was the first super ever created by the Allies during World War II, and was used to defeat the Germans with the successful application of Compound V. This probably means that we will be discovering a lot more regarding the origins of the compound, and how it has been improved over the years. Reports have also indicated that Soldier Boy will be making an appearance alongside his own team of soups known as Payback. It is possible that this is hinting at the fact that Vought has lost control over and faith in the Seven, with the superhero team being replaced by Soldier Boy's Payback to reclaim the public support once more. You can't hate on someone who killed Nazis after all. This could also mean that the boys will be introducing more superhero groups, which absolutely litter the comic verse of the source material. One of our favorites is Super Duper, which is essentially a useless superhero team that tries their best to make the world a better place, with terrible consequences ensuing as a result. And with the addition of these new groups, we can only imagine the feeling of inadequacy that Homelander will be surrounding himself with. Since he has always been the star of Vought, there's no doubt that his replacement is not going to go well. Maybe this is what leads to his mental break, finally going on a rampage and killing as many people as he can. Another way in which Season 3 would change things is to finally reveal who Black Noir as a character actually is. We know that the boys are deviating from this moment in the comics where he is shown to be a clone of Homelander, but this doesn't mean that he isn't a clone at all. In fact, we have a feeling that he might very well be the cloned son of Stan Edgar, who appears to have quite a bit of control over him. His complexion does look similar to that of Edgar, after all, and his allergy to peanuts could very well have been created as a failsafe for the cloned hero going off the wall. Either way, his reveal is sure to shock us to our very core. And then finally, we are yet to discover why Victoria Newman has been doing Vought's dirty work. Is she actually an undercover member of Payback? Or does Vought have some dirt on her that would have caused her to resign from her position of power? Either way, this doesn't seem to be information that is well known, as Homelander looked pretty confused at the chaos that was erupting around him. It could also be the case that Vought has been manipulating Newman from the start, setting her up to be the big baddie of the series, only to have Soldier Boy and his new team of heroes take her down. There is no better way to reclaim the faith of the public than to show them that their heroes are still useful, after all. And stopping someone as powerful as Victoria is definitely the way to do this. But what do you think? Feel free to let us know in the comments section down below.